Hey y'all, I've been waiting on the bracket for the factory fly screen to arrive. It's been a couple months since those have been in order. So they finally came in, so now I get to put that little small fly screen on there to protect the gauges and get rid of that ugly look right there. You know, like the old bikes, the gauges were right down here. They weren't sticking up this high in front, so I've already got the battery disconnected, so I need to loosen the side bolts, tilt this up, put a rag under here so I don't scratch my fender, and then undo the screw on the bottom here so I can take off the grill and then take the headlight off. So we'll get started on that. It should be a 5mm on the sides of these ones. And I've got a 3mm on the bottom here. This one could take a while. Okay, I've got that screw off the bottom. That was part of the without the grill guard, you normally have the screw. It's the rear guard, the rear screw that you want to undo, not the front one. And you just turn the headlight counterclockwise, pull it off, and it's an awful lot easier. Unplug it. Now go ahead and remove these screws. Undo the bucket, loosen up the bucket. Okay, in the bucket here, got a wire retainer. It's just it's bolted in, so just pull it out. That'll let your wires loose inside here for your signals and stuff. So I'm going to pull those out. So pull the bucket through. Just push those all out through the hole. That's three. There's the one for the headlight. And this here should be the sensor for your key, the one in the headlight. I'm going to go ahead and undo that and take that off. I'm going to also undo my signals because I'll be replacing these with the Moto Gadget ones, so I'll have a flush fit. I've got those already. So I've got this marked in red, and they're marked in red from the factory, so I did the same when I wired it up. So right is red. So the signals I'm using are the Moto Gadget Moblaze pins. Let's see how these slide out. One at a time. If you do wire up turn signals, be sure to do it like the factory and make one side longer than the other. That way you could get them in and out of the holes. So this side is a 5mm to get that screw out of there, but I know those are pretty well Loctited in there, so what I'm going to do is take the heat gun to that and heat it up for a while before I attempt to remove it. Kind of hard to get a heat gun on that. I just did it on the metal. Let's see if I can get this in there. Okay, that's about the best see. There we are, we got it. Take that off. And that is not going back on. Yep. So this part right here, the right there, the clutch cable will be right over there, and all the rest that are coming down should be good. I don't think I even have to, they're routing down into a guide, routing down here, so I don't even have to put any more zip ties on them. And it looks like they're T20 Torx heads, and you've got 4 screws already have Loctite on them. So I'm going to start with the front one just to hold it in place till I get, and then we'll do the rear one. Just that hole, there we are. I get this started by hand. Start that rear one. And just give these a good snug down. Don't have to wrench on them. We got blue Loctite, and that clutch cable routes right through there. Everything else is on the inside, so that's good. Now we'll do the other one. All right, looks like we got it. Okay, before I put the headlight bucket back on, I want to see if I can get a close-up here, show you how this is. So this is the clutch cable, and it goes, that part fits around it and holds the clutch cable in place. Used to have that silver spring, so that silver spring isn't going back on. And then on the right side of the bike, just got a couple of the electrical cables, feels like, yeah, electrical cables that fit right in there. So let's go ahead. Oh, and then the other thing I told you, I replaced the Moton brackets with the proper Moto Gadget brackets that finally came in for my Moto Gadget pin turn signals, the Moblaze pins. So now it's a flush fit instead of having that step down. Okay, let's go ahead and put that bucket back on. Okay, first thing to do is start feeding these wires in here. Going to hook up the plug for the key sensor, and then start feeding all these in. So you've got 2 that's not used yet. Those are for your fog lights. So start pushing all that. Now let's do the big one first. That's for the headlight. Push these in. Oh, and then your turn signals. And everything's bundled. Just want to get that started just to hold it in place, get everything situated. Get this plugged in. Then we'll have it slightly counterclockwise and then turn it clockwise to line up and lock in place. spacers back in. The headlight. Button these screws and adjust the headlight after you got everything back together. So in the kit, you've got 4 of these well nuts. These will just go in the holes. When you tighten the screw through the windshield, these well nuts will compress, and that's how they stay in. They'll just bulge out in the back. It's rubber mounted. I'm just going to line up one of the bottom ones. Get that started. All right. Taking up the slack right now. Okay. Now just tighten it down. You get that well nut to bulge in the back, and that'll be good enough. So bolt looks like it's just protruding. Screws protruding just slightly past the rubber. Once I get enough of a bulge back there. There we go. Just going to stick her over, get the rest of the glue off. And I just need to hook the battery back up. Should be 10 mil. Okay, now we just need to aim the headlight. So take it off the stand and get it level. Check my headlight adjustment. Oh, tell right now that is high. So tilt it down some. Oh yeah, that looks good right there. Leave that light on and tighten these down. Make sure it don't go up. All right. Headlight looks good. Turn signals work. All right, I've got my date and time adjusted on my clocks on the TFT there, so the wrench light is gone. It's raining outside, so not getting the bike out for now. So that's how it looks. This is the short screen. Just a bit higher. Is that a couple inches higher than the gauges, maybe? So That'll protect the gauges from rocks or whatnot, bugs, make it easier to clean, and takes away that ugly look of that flat gauge sticking up. I can't believe they made those gauges sit up that high. In contrast, let me show you the how gauges used to be on bikes. Here on my H1, the KH500, look how low those gauges sit over the headlight. Don't need anything. Whereas this one just sat way, way, way up there. It's crazy how high over the headlight it sits. So, view from this side, back. So this is the short one from Triumph. Putting on a taller one is as simple as loosening up those 4 screws, taking them off, putting on the taller one and screwing them on. All I want is a short one. If it was an inch shorter, would be even nicer, but it'll work. It stopped raining for a moment, so see how that visor looks on the bike. Side view. Front view. That's the dark smoke. Thanks for watching.